Hey friends, welcome back or welcome into Miss Tarot's channel. That's me. Today we're going to focus on Cancer season and what energies are going to be coming through and what this time means for you. So if Cancer is your sun, moon, or rising, this message may resonate even more. I will also say that this could be a general reading just for Cancer season. So if you are looking to see what is in store for the next 30 days ahead, this will be your reading as well. So let's see here. We are going to use the Enchanted Map Oracle for overall energies and themes for the month. And then we will use the Wild Reflections Tarot and also get some angel messages at the end. So let's see here. Let's work with the overall energies first and see what we have going on. Hopefully you guys are having a beautiful June. Okay, what can you tell me about what's coming for Cancer season? Overall, strongest energies, please. 4 cards would be great. I will take whatever you want, but I like 4 just because, you know. Thank you. Anything else? No. Fabulous. Okay, so we have Come Together. Number 8, Dragon's Lair. Number 19, which reduces to 10, which reduces to 1. And then we have Field of Dreams, 21, which is a 3. And then if I can get all my lovely goodies out of the way here, we have also the number 48. Let's see here. Do I have everything right? And this reduces to 12, which reduces to 3. So we got a couple 3s here. Interesting. All right. Well, you know what? Let's spend a little time talking about what these cards can possibly mean. Okay. So first of all, we have the Come Together card, and it's the cutest little card with these lovely little giraffes here, but this is a reminder that love needs to be shared. It needs to be expressed. When you draw this card in this particular deck, it's a sign that you're on a path to discover the nature of emotion, this particular emotion, love, and coming together in all forms. Whether it's romantic, it could be family oriented, even spiritual. And in each instance, there's always going to be another being involved with this. So if, love involves a give and take between you and a significant other, or anybody who is in a partnership or any sort of relationship with you, whether it's platonic or otherwise. And this is just kind of a reminder that, you are cherished. This card assures you that love has come calling. So for those of you who are seeking a partner, kind of know that there might be an opportunity this month for you to meet somebody who is very near and dear to you. And this might be a reunion. This could be something new. Okay. So we'll see about that. And, all these don't have to necessarily translate to each other. They could just be significant events or things that will be happening in the season of Cancer. Okay. And then for number 19, we have Dragon's Lair. And that one has to do, it looks kind of negative when you think about it, or, if you look at the drawing and maybe the words Dragon's Lair, but actually it has to do with being very divinely protected and directed. So it also calls to you to really pay attention to that internal warning system that lets you know when things are out of alignment. So you're about to enter into territory that might be not exactly your cup of tea. So this is kind of a reminder to tread lightly and pay attention to your surroundings, because you could be entering into something that is not quite, I said your cup of tea, but this, usually it speaks to something being a little bit more drastic than that. And sometimes it can be like temptation or things that draw us in, right? So it could be past habits, it could be any sort of temptation, it could be people who do not have our best interests at heart. So we'll get more clarification with the tarot on that. And then as for the Field of Dreams, this is a beautiful card. These little cute little fairies are sitting on the eggs, and eggs represent abundance, all the lovely things in life. And this is a reminder card that this is a very good time to really take advantage of the potential that you have not yet realized in your life. So there's an emphasis here on abundance being very much yours if you're willing to do the work alongside it. And just kind of be clear, and we'll look at this as well, but be clear on your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs, and just kind of, concentrate on your best life, regardless of temporary, outer conditions, things that come in and out of our life. Kind of see the bigger picture and really understand that, you have the potential within you to kind of dream big and beautiful and take that action and kind of tend to that garden of life is what this card usually has a lot to do with. So just pay attention to that. And then for the number 48, and this is wishing well. It's a good reminder to really see the relationship you have within you regarding like desire and inspiration, and sensing that moment of truth when you feel like kind of like those aha moments. That's what I'm trying to say in a very complex way. It's recognizing a soulmate, or recognizing, an opportunity or something coming into your life, and being able to see the good things when it comes. This has a lot to do with divine intervention, divine guidance, and even divine intelligence. So this has to do with like co-creating all these possibilities. So it really does follow with the Field of Dreams here. And you can't really control your process of growth. In that sense, you're just going to have to be a channel or a vessel for the higher forces, and kind of relinquish any control about how and when this new opportunity, creation, or prosperity is going to come into your life, because it's going to be very random, and sometimes it comes from very unexpected places. So let's get into the tarot and see exactly what we have going on. So in terms of come together, give me a couple cards for come together, Dragon's Lair, Field of Dreams, and Wishing Well, so that we can get a little more information. Tell me about come together, please. Okay. Six of Pentacles and the Six of Swords. Ooh, 2 sixes. Okay. How about Dragon's Lair? Wheel of Fortune. Interesting. Need another card for Dragon's Lair, please. Thank you. 7 of Swords. Okay. I might scooch these up a little bit because I just love the artwork on these things. So I'll see if I can get these all in frame for you to see. Sorry, I'm so obsessive when it comes to cards being put in the right spot. Okay, so Page of Swords, the Fool, and 6 of Cups for Field of Dreams. Okay, that was kind of a bigger one, I guess. And let's see with Wishing Well. That one came out with 2 immediately. Okay, well, I'm not gonna... Ace of Pentacles. See? Abundance coming out of nowhere. And King of Pentacles. Okay. Well, let's take a look and see here what we are dealing with. I might just make sure, yes, everything's in frame, but we're just gonna take these guys down here like this. How about that? Does that work? Okay. So let's look at come together, okay? So 6 of Pentacles and, you know, the 6 of Wands. What do we want to say about this? This gives me the vibe of being able to move into kind of calmer waters, to be able to move towards things that you want rather than staying behind in something you don't want. Does that make sense? The 6 of Pentacles with, you know, rooted down with the 6 of Swords, this whole little thing right here really has a lot. It's giving me more vibes of something from your past, some sort of nostalgic piece really coming front and center. So this could be somebody from your childhood coming back. This could be you know, a romantic attachment that has kind of waxed and waned and now is back at the forefront. Maybe this is something that, you know, was the timing wasn't right, but the person was right. And now this person is coming back into your life. That could very well be it. But either way, hello, Sadie Mae. Either way, I do see that this is like a supportive type role that is going to take place here. This card could also these cards could also kind of indicate, you know, good financial news on the way. It's definitely kind of one of those things where your stability might be getting better because of the coming together between two parties or something like that. So kind of just be on the lookout this month for joint ventures that might bring you a little bit more financial prosperity or some actual like healing and harmony and kind of like, sometimes I think about with the 6 of Pentacles, and I mean even with the 6 of Swords, it's kind of like, you know, you've kind of been through choppy waters and now everything's evening out. But with the 6 of Pentacles, it kind of, how do I want to say this? Just really wants to come in as a prosperous type role where it's a lot of, there's a lot of generosity. There's a lot of, just, you're on your way to building something very long-term and lasting. Okay. That's the long and short of it. When it comes to the Dragon's Lair and then the 7 of Swords with the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune is obviously about kind of karmic cycles, things coming into fruition, and almost think of it kind of like in a little way as the Justice card. Things are coming into balance and the wheel is turning in your favor. But with the 7 of Swords, and I don't say but as in it's going to be a bad thing, I do sometimes think that you know, we talked about the Dragon's Lair telling you to kind of be on edge. And you may think that while this karmic cycle is happening and it might be coming to you in a very positive way, you also kind of have to be on the lookout that you don't take up any defensive positions against this. So what I mean by that is, you know, don't become your own worst enemy, if that makes sense. And, you know, you might feel the urge to kind of like run away from whatever this is. It's just more of like tread lightly. Definitely pay attention to, you know, being smart and being strategic in the face of this challenge, right? So whatever is coming, I feel like this is a test coming in the month of end of month of June, July, Cancer season. I feel like you're going to be walking amongst kind of like, I don't want to say demons, but you know what I mean? I'm trying not to be melodramatic, but with the Dragon's Lair, you're walking amongst the dragons, right? Are they sleeping? Are they awake? Do they mean you harm? Do they not? I don't know. You're being asked to be strategic. Not everybody and everything has a positive intent towards you, right? But with the Wheel of Fortune here, the Wheel of Fortune is very much going to mean that you're, how do I want to say this? That it's going to be a significantly a positive outcome, right? The Wheel of Fortune, when we think of the karmic cycles, it can go both ways, right? Because karma can be good and karma can be bad. So, but I don't get the sense here that you are in for anything particularly troublesome, other than just being able to kind of watch yourself. This is also kind of representative change in cycles and decisive moments. So being able to be strategic when you're walking amongst this kind of, danger zone is really going to be something that you need to kind of just be wary of in this coming several weeks. But it also is, rapid change. Okay. So that could bring about new opportunities. It could also make your life better. New circumstances can, put an end to these past difficulties. And also kind of usher in a very good period of good fortune and success. Okay. So take that as it resonates, but also be strategic and tread kind of carefully. Don't go flying in, especially since we have the Fool here. The Fool with the Field of Dreams and the Page of Swords. So let's kind of take a look at the Page of Swords first. When I think of the Page of Swords, I kind of think of somebody who is, and this is an air sign, very witty, they're chatty, they're communicative. Sometimes it represents really good communication and innovation, moving forward with projects. So, rooted, with this rooted, how I want to say this, with Field of Dreams rooted down by this particular card, it does have a lot to do with moving forward with prospects, but you might be just kind of overwhelmed with ideas and enthusiasm in order to explore, your options. So we have, the Six of Cups and the Fool here. And the Fool is very much kind of like the major arcana of this, right? The Fool is taking that fool's leap. You're starting a new journey, whatever this is. And remember, this has a lot to do with the good things in life that are the abundance and good things that are coming into your life, so long as you're feeling like you can put the work towards or stand alongside that manifestation, right? We were talking about, being able to co-create with the Field of Dreams. So the Fool is probably my favorite card, just because I adore new beginnings. But it's also freedom, right? It's a new journey, but it's also filled with optimism and freedom. So you could be really throwing off of all like the constraints and really being adventurous. But when I look at the Six of Cups with it here, the Six of Cups is a lot with, I mentioned like nostalgia a little bit earlier. And this could be very much, familiarity, healing, comfort, that sort of thing. This can also signify that, like I was talking with the Six of Pentacles before, it's kind of like, people reaching from the past and coming forward. It's happy memories, and maybe this is your opportunity to go back to a time when you were thriving and super happy in a very particular time of life, and you are being asked to kind of co-create and recreate that feeling, right? So think about the times when you felt like the world was at your feet, you were very, very prosperous, life, you were just full of optimism and hope, and kind of co-create or recreate that feeling with whatever dream this is you have. So I just had like a flash of something that I wanted to say, but now it's absolutely gone. Maybe I'll think of it in just a little bit. But yeah, we'll just move on, because I have a feeling that will come back. And then when it comes to the wishing well, and we were talking about the King of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles. These are amazing. Okay, these are abundance in all things, and I think that with your, if this is your, if you're a Cancer, and this is your birth month, then you are kind of celebrating your trip around the sun, right? your solar return. The Ace of Pentacles is always something to do with new opportunities. It's abundance and prosperity. It definitely is telling you to take the initiative, however, and really act on those new projects. And kind of this whole area right here, I really do feel is very tied together. But making sure that it is aligned with your values is something that is really important here. It could also signify the stages of a relationship with a person that will open the door to financial prosperity for you. So kind of, again, be on the lookout, especially since we have the come together card over here. Again, it doesn't necessarily mean love. It could be anything in terms of partnership. But with the King of Pentacles here, the King of Pentacles is double down. Let's double down on abundance and prosperity. He indicates, your involvement in kind of, okay, let's not start making noise over there, Sadie. Sorry, she's trying to get a bone out of her little space there. Don't drop it on the floor. Thank you. The King of Pentacles, like I said, indicates your involvement in this business that you have going on here, and realizing that your stability is a priority. Okay, so this is encouraging you to be very stable, practical, and understand that your patience, because this Pentacles are very slow moving energy, so there's heavy emphasis on patience here, that your patience, kindness, and loyalty is going to be rewarded. You may receive a lot of practical advice from somebody in the near future who may be coming in to help with this, but definitely encouraging you to take these leaps and bounds with very practical actions and being very conscientious of what you were doing. Again, with the Dragon's Lair and the Seven of Swords, with treading very kind of deliberately and lightly and strategically, is really going to benefit you this month. Okay. Well, let's see. I feel like we've gotten a ton of messages here. I'm going to throw out some. Do I want to know? Yeah, I think we're pretty clear. About as clear as we're going to get, considering this is a very general reading for Cancer collectives. Let's just get some angel messages of encouragement, wisdom, whatever, to wrap this up. You know what? I don't care. I really feel like I need a couple. I need a couple more things. I want to wrap this up in a neat little package. Okay. Good. That's what I need to see. Well, I mean, I need to see these cards, but I'm just kind of like, yeah, this makes a little bit more sense. Okay, so over here we have the Ten of Swords, and the Ten of Swords is a lot of people think it's like, painful death or something like that. It's not. It's the end of a cycle. It doesn't necessarily need to be painful. The Ten of Swords is very much a card that can be a little bit misconstrued, I think. But I think it has to do with a lot more in this reading, resilience and hope. If you look at this particular card, this man is not showing despair. He's strength. He's resilient. Even though, all these things have kind of happened to him, there's always a reminder that even in the darkest times, that as we move past, that there's always hope. And, even though this can be sometimes interpreted as a difficult card, it's hope rising, right? This is like Phoenix ashes, Phoenix rising type energy. And here we go into the new beginnings, right? And it's crazy because we got the tens. We got tens all over the place here. And the 10 of Wands has a lot to do with sometimes people think that the 10 of Wands has a lot to do with heavy burdens, and sometimes that can be true, but it's more about responsibility. It's about taking charge. It's about having a duty. But it does warn against burnout, okay? But it is a completion, it is a relief. Both of these are relief cards. These are both the ends of painful cycles. This is something that is probably just a double message in here that for you Cancerians, if you have been going through, or, you know, anybody who's seen this message in the month of Cancer, if you have been kind of going through it for the past couple months, there's definitely an end in sight. And I think that's kind of the overall theme for the end as we leave Gemini season and come into Cancer, is that you're going to be leaving a lot of this behind, and a lot of these things are going to be of energies that are going to be carrying forward. It's a sign of progress, and it's letting you know, like this card right here, this guy, he's a farmer, if you can see it really well. It's a sign of progress. He's almost done taking care of his field, like sowing his field. So you are just nearing the end of a very difficult cycle, possibly, and all of this is going to usher in. So the Wheel of Fortune is turning. All this is going to be left behind, and you are going to be moving forward into a lot of these scenarios for the month, and then who knows beyond that. So, but, you know, you can always come back here and I will do your tarot again for that month, and maybe you'll see what's coming ahead. Shameful self-promotion right there. Okay, so just give us some words that we need to hear. What do the Cancerians need to hear? The Cancerians, it sounds like you guys are from like another world. Okay, you wanted to come out. I'm doing it. Is there anything else you want to say? Oops, oh my gosh, if I could actually. Anything else? We had sixes all over in here too, so. All right, we got lots of things. We have, I am patient. Huh? Okay, so I am patient. Keep your thoughts positive and be patient as everything is working out for your highest good. Trust that angels are working behind the scenes to help you. And that's 10-10. So, you know, we got 10-10-10-10s right here. We also have another 10 here. So just kind of really embrace the fact that this is all happening for you and not to you. Sometimes I hate that phrase because it really sometimes seems to minimize, you know, other people's struggles or pain, but they're just trying to let you know that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. They're going to be they're lifting you up. They're beside you, and all of this is going to come to the end. You just need to be a little bit patient, keep staying resilient, and things are going to move forward. We also had 99 with I am courageous. It is time to get to work on realization of your soul's mission in life. You have a higher purpose in this life that is yours and only yours to fulfill. Unleash your true power. That's kind of what we were talking about over here. It's like, what are your dreams? What is your purpose? What are you trying to manifest? What do you want to be in this world? Not just for yourself, but for everybody else. Kind of like that whole thing, you know, with like being the leader that you needed, you know, in your darkest times. Like, be the person you would have wanted, you would have needed, okay? And then we have 666, I am centered. A wake-up call for you to re-examine your current situation and change the direction of your thoughts so that you can raise your vibration to a more positive frequency. Absolutely. I say this all the dang time is, you know, your thoughts kind of sometimes... What a weird noise. Your thoughts will absolutely mirror, like, okay, your thoughts affect your reality. If you are going to see nothing but, you know, horrible things, you're just going to attract horrible things. So stay in that light of positivity and really pay attention to your thoughts while you're co-creating and trying to manifest what you want to pull in with your life right now. Okay. And then that's really funny that this is the last card, because I feel like this is the mantra, the little final card after the I am centered that you need to hear is telling yourself, I am successful. I can do this. This is easy. I will sail through this. Your brain doesn't know the difference. So if you can pretty much tell yourself that, yeah, I can get this, you can get this. Don't let the negative thoughts creep in. Don't let the negative thoughts win. It says your talent for setting and reaching goals is like no other. You are self-sufficient and capable of achieving your ambitions. 8 representing the ebb and flow of infinite loop of creation. And we also have another 8 here. I don't know that we had any other ones, but this is abundance. This is unlimited flow. So just really, it's infinite. It's an infinite loop of creation and your ability to co-create and make your dreams your reality, because it's absolutely possible for you. Okay. All right. That is everything I have for you. That is I feel like that's enough of a lecture for today. I will definitely see you this weekend for another week ahead bite-sized tarot reading. And then actually, I think next week we are going to also do a drawing for a free tarot reading with myself, and also I might be giving away a couple of my tarot decks. I'm overflowing, and there are a couple that I feel like need to be passed on to new homes, so we're going to do that too, so just stay tuned, okay? I might announce that this weekend. But so, with all that, thank you so much for spending this time with me. If any of these messages resonated with you, please let me know down in the comments. I love hearing from you. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the little notification bell thing over there so that you never miss a reading. And also, shameless promotion time. If you would like a personal intuitive reading from me, check out my links in the description box. There, you can reach me a variety of ways. Okay? Thank you so much. I love you guys. Take care and have a beautiful Cancer season. Happy birthday, Cancers. Bye.